Welcome to Beer, a skydiving podcast. This is our latest episode, our fourth episode. As
Is this
always,
4 already?
this is four. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yep.
For some reason, I thought it was 3.
No, it's four. It's four, man. And
Time's flying.
so, as always, I am Brian McCauley, one of your hosts of the show, and we have the infamous
Joe Rouse in the house.
Joe
As
Ralph.
Cecil would put it. Joe Rouse in the house.
So, how was your week, Joe?
It's all right. Busy. It's all right.
Yeah. No,
We're halfway through it.
nothing super awesome or fun happened over the
Not
weekend.
since Monday, but
Not since Monday?
Yeah. No. Saturday was Bridge Day, which
It
turned
was.
out to be awesome. Man, it was beautiful. It turned out to be such a good Bridge Day. The weather was ridiculously nice.
That's
So,
awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a
So-
good time.
So yeah, I think for the majority of this episode, that's what we're going to talk about, right? We're going to talk about Bridge Day and sort
we
of.
could talk a lot about Bridge Day, kind of what went down, what one can expect when they go to Bridge Day. Because I haven't been there, and let's see, the last Bridge Day I went to was 11 years ago.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so
Okay. All
I
right.
wasn't quite sure what to expect.
What to expect? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess before we get too far into it, I got a couple jumps in on Friday, which was nice.
That's right. Yeah. Did you go Sunday?
No, I didn't get a chance to go. The only day I got to go was on Friday, and so I got one in out of the 206, and then a hop and pop out of the 206. So it was good. It was fun. It was a good day.
Yeah.
Just normal old SPA.
Well, hey, man, you got the jump at least. There's not too many weekends left.
No, there aren't. I'm hoping
That's for sure.
to get another couple in this weekend too. I'm not sure which day I can go though, so we'll have to see.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on this weekend. If they're jumping, I don't know. I don't know about the weather. I think that's probably a factor that should be taken into account.
Well, always, but I just generally operate under the assumption that yes, they're going to jump, assuming the weather's good. I mean, if the weather sucks, there's nothing you can do about that.
Exactly. Yeah, I got 2 jumps at Bridge Day.
Saw you
was
throwing
awesome.
those gainers.
I did. I threw my first 2 gainers ever, and honestly, it felt pretty natural. Like they felt good.
They
I
looked
just kinda
good?
went for it. Yeah, they felt good. They looked pretty good. I pitched the correct body position. No bridle wraps.
That's good.
No pitching while I'm standing. It turned out they were good. They were both real good, nice and smooth, and they felt amazing. Like just
And-
watching the visual of the bridge just as you
Go
flip
back over
upside
your
down.
head.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and just coming around and you go from, they got music on the platform going, and you go from music and people talking, and then you hear the wind kind of slowly creep up on you, but it's silent. Like when you first start going, the first few feet are almost silent, and then the wind starts to pick up as you're flipping around, and then you just open up, and man, it's like, dude, that was amazing.
I saw they had like a scissor lift or something there too.
They had a scissor lift this year.
Is that
And
just
they
for like a
had-
little extra height?
Yeah, that doesn't cost you anything. You can go up on that. I didn't do it just because I was trying to do gainers, dialing my gainers. I wasn't sure how it was going to go, how much input to put in, and I talked to Mikey V and Pat and all those guys, and they're like, there's enough altitude at this bridge that just, push off, throw your head back, and just roll with it. But there is a risk of not putting enough in, and just stalling out on your
Right.
back, and you can't over rotate. I think I hit it the sweet spot, man. I rewatched the videos a couple times, and I exited it, and I was bellied out and pitched right at 3 seconds or so. So
Yeah, they looked really good. They looked
yeah,
awesome.
yeah. My goal was to dial it in to do one, be able to do them out at the prime. Since it's
Okay.
only $4.98.
Well, so how high
Excuse
is
me.
this bridge in West Virginia?
Almost 1,000 feet. It's like
So you're,
nine. Yeah,
yeah,
you have time.
okay.
I mean, a good deep delay there is 5 seconds, 6 seconds, pretty right around that area. If you
Yeah,
don't want to land in the water, I mean, you could take it deeper, but you're landing
right.
in the water. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do people
But
do that on purpose?
yeah,
Why? Like that just seems
to
like a
land in the
horrible
water.
idea. Yeah. Why?
If you're a first time base jumper,
They expect you to?
it depends on who your mentor is and who you took your first jump course from. Because technically in base, there's etiquette,
Okay.
but technically there are no rules, right?
So what is
Bridge
the etiquette?
day. Oh, the etiquette is to sort of find a mentor who's experienced, right, and do what they recommend. You know,
Kind of like what we were talking about last week with Jeff.
yeah, like I wouldn't go there on your first base jump with no exit training, no base canopy experience, and expect it to go well. You know,
Okay.
especially if you want to stay dry. It's a pretty tight landing area.
It looks like it is, yeah.
Yeah, there was no shore really this year. Usually the waters, the last time I was there, and I know the last couple of years from talking to people, there's a little bit of a shore because the river was low enough. But this year the river was pretty high, and you come into the LZ and it's pretty much uphill, and it's all gravel and rocky, and it's between trees, and you can land the flat spot to land on. The best spot to land is sort of you're almost flying into the woods.
Yeah, it looked like
Yeah,
that, yeah.
yeah. It seems very unnatural and against your gut feeling. Like I should not be this close to the trees. But that is actually the best place to land, if not the water. The water is the best, safest place that you can land, especially if you are a newer jumper.
But
And they have an award every year that's it's dry faster than you heal, and they give it to the
yeah.
person who injures themselves the worst. And surprisingly, this year is the first year in Bridge Day history that nobody has been ambulanced out.
Wow.
So
But
nobody
were
broke
there
anything that we know of, like that I
okay.
know of.
All
Yeah,
right. I'm sure there may be a sprain or two or something like that, but nothing
I would
serious.
think so. Yeah, I would think so. I mean, I saw a couple hard landings, but I didn't see anybody pound in. I think Terry and some of the other guys saw somebody kind of land into the side of one of the giant boulders in the river. Not bad enough that he needed to be ambulanced out or anything. I think they were fine. There
All right.
was,
Well, that's good.
yeah, a student on a FJC who, when they were coming in, coming into landing, they flew through the top side of the tree. And I thought they were gonna eat shit, man, but he pulled it out. Like got through the tree and had enough flare to PLF, and he was all right.
All right. Well, there you go.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
it's a good time.
if if as a new person, if I were to go there next year and I land in the water, does that mean I only get one jump? Because like my
No,
canopy is soaking
nope,
wet. Like, how's that
nope.
work?
You can jump your canopy if it's wet.
Just pack it and go jump again?
Yep, you go on the Bridge Day website. They'll even tell you like you can jump a wet canopy. Is it
Okay.
recommendable for longevity of your canopy? Probably not. You know, most people when they have a water rig, they have a water rig. You know.
Just for the water.
Yep. But landing it into the water once or twice and as long as you dry it out, it's fine.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So, lay it out, start to finish. Bridge Day. How does it work? You got to register, right? You got to at some
Oh
point.
yeah,
You got to
register.
register.
Registration usually opens around the July timeframe. You register if you're experienced. You just put your information in, pay the registration fee, get your jump ticket, and that's pretty much it. You can, I think you have to buy. There's a Rostapalt. It's basically air compressor that,
Like a catapult.
yeah, but it's
Yeah.
pneumatic.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
they build the pressure up and then they release the pressure and it shoots you out of the seat. But you can buy tickets for that. There's a scissor lift, but I don't think you need any tickets for that. But that's it, man. You just show up. You have to register, obviously, as far as advanced as you can. But then you need to check in on Friday, get a gear check, get your badge, all that good stuff. And they give you a T-shirt and a little bag full of stuff. That's it, man. And then 9 o'clock, start jumping.
So is it just a line of people? You just wait in line until it's your turn to jump off?
So it depends on how many jumps and how bad you want to get off the bridge, right? Because usually they'll send all the FJCs first.
Okay.
So I know a lot of them ride out. There's a U-Haul truck that has the stage and stuff in it that drives out at 6:30. So they always try to pack as many jumpers in that as possible. So you can go to the takeoff spot of the U-Haul and jump in that at 6:30 and get out there by 7. But it was 37 degrees, I think about 7 o'clock last Saturday.
So if you're landing in that water, it's chilly
The
too.
water, nah, the water isn't that cold yet. Just because it hasn't been super cold out consistently.
Okay.
But if you're standing out there on the bridge from say 6:45 to 7 until jumping starts at 9, you might be a little bit cold.
Yeah.
You know,
All right.
you're cold before you jump.
Sure.
So, and then there's buses that shuttle you out. You can either there's a bus that runs from 7 to 7:30, and then 8 to 8:30. There's 4 buses that run from the school or the pickup point that'll take you to the bridge, and that's how you get out. If you choose to park somewhere close to the bridge, you're walking, I think the shortest distance to the center or so is about a quarter mile. It really wasn't that bad. But if you choose to park, then you have to wait until 9 o'clock to get onto the bridge.
So you can't even get on the bridge until 9.
No, which is probably good that way because once all the first jump course people jump and then, the instructors jump and etc., it's almost 10:30, 11 anyway. So we just walked out about 9 o'clock. I think
Okay.
I got off at 10:30. So we weren't out there that long. It had warmed up enough that I didn't need a sweatshirt or anything. So, but yeah, that's the 2 ways to get out on the bridge, or else you are waiting until 9. You have to walk.
So the first jump course, did you take a first jump course there? Where'd you
No.
do yours? Did you do one?
Yeah, with Mo back in
Okay.
the day, Mo Valetto, and we did it on the Basonator, which was sort of an impromptu what they call pendulator, except usually a pendulator, it's got an arm that comes out that has a track that comes out, and it's
Okay.
also shock absorbing, and you practice your exit on that. Mo basically built 3 tiers of scaffolding, and then had a climbing harness that you put on, which was rigged up with climbing rope
Yeah.
on a branch of a tree. Next time you're up at the DZ, the big tree right outside of the fun jumper hangar, if
Yeah.
you look up, you'll see all the ropes still wrapped around it. But yeah, we just climbed that thing, put the harness on, and
Jump.
yep, practice your exits. And then Mo took us down for bridge day, and they don't do PCA, so it's handheld.
Okay.
So you just jump and second or two, wherever you feel comfortable, toss your pilot chute, and Mo always said you land in the water on your first jump, and then after that you can do whatever you want. 'Cause I remember when I did my first one, I'm like, like I know I can make the landing area, and I'm like, well, I don't want to piss Mo off, so I just landed in the water.
Yeah. It doesn't sound like, that's something you want to do. But I guess if that's what you're supposed to do, it's what you're supposed to do.
Like they say, it's the safest landing spot. Like,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they have the award, and they say you dry faster than you heal. So
Yeah. Very true.
unless you're pretty good canopy skills and know where you're going to land for sure, it's probably best off for the water.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I guess without having gone through their first jump course, you don't know what it would be like down there. Do they do it like on Friday? The Friday, like how does?
Yeah, so I know Anthony did his with Scotty Bob,
Okay.
and I think they maybe met up Thursday night or something, but they did most of the stuff Friday. Like,
All right.
taught them a packing class. Then we got there in enough time that I asked if we could tag along to the LZ. So we met. I rented an extra rig from Scotty and Julia so I could get. My plan was to get like 4 or 5 jumps. I only ended up getting 2.
Right. I was going to ask you about that because I knew you at least wanted to get
Yeah, we'll
4.
get into that too. But so I managed to meet up with them, and then we went and they did a LZ briefing, and that's when he tells you, like, I can't tell you not to land here. If you think you can land here, that's up to you. But the water is the safest landing area.
How deep is it? I mean, it's a river. It's like you're not going in and hitting the
No,
bottom.
unless you're landing, 8 to 10 feet offshore.
Yeah.
It's probably about to here, just off the shore, and then you take a couple steps and it's knee high. Then obviously it just gets shallower after that as you come up. But
Yeah.
yeah, if you land dead center of the river, it's super deep. Yeah, and the boats are usually there. The boats are there to pick you up. Like, and they've been doing it so long, they know how to pull you and the canopy, out of the water.
Out of the water.
They know to pull the canopy out tail first, so they're not just trying to pull gallons of water in with your
Right.
by the
Right.
nose. And they tell you what to do to get in. They help you get in and get you to shore and go get the next guy.
All
There's
right.
usually like 4 boats, so it's not that bad. And the weather it ended up being like over 70 that day.
Yeah.
So the
Look,
people who got wet, they were chilly for a little while, but then they started to dry up, and it wasn't real cold.
probably be smart to take a change of clothes, anyways.
Yeah, you can. So the night before Friday night, they have a drop off. So you go to the check-in point. This year it was at River Expeditions. Usually they have it at the Holiday Lodge, but it's closed for renovations. And 9 o'clock, if you drop your stuff off, and it's really, they only ask for like just one change of clothes.
Right.
Like, they've said in the past they've had people drop off an extra rig and a pelican case and all this other stuff. Like,
They don't want to be carrying all that.
yeah, so you can drop a dry set of clothes off before 9 on Friday, and then they will, deposit it. There's a crew that will put it at the bottom in a certain spot, so you have a dry set of clothes to change into.
Cool.
Yeah,
All right.
but
So, how congested is it at the LZ? Because, like, you've got just people jumping right after another, right? Like,
yeah, but it's not as bad as you would think. There's usually only 2 canopies in the air at a time, unless you're doing a multi-way, right? Like if there's
Yeah.
a single back to back, they will send that guy. He'll open up and sort of spill his altitude and start flying towards the LZ. And once once your airspace is clear and they're pretty sure that you're not going to open up or fall into him, they'll send you. So there's usually, unless you're doing like a 3-way or a 4-way, there's usually not more than 2 canopies in the air at once.
okay. So, what you just said actually brought up a question that I had from watching some videos from Bridge Day. You talked about spill and altitude. So when you jump and you're under your canopy, it's not like a regular landing pattern at the DZ leftwards. You're probably deep in brakes, just spilling altitude to get down.
If you
right?
are a skydiver who is used to nothing but 990, 690,
Right.
390, then you shouldn't be trying for the landing area,
But,
because there is no landing pattern.
right, but that is essentially what you're doing. You're just deep in your brakes, spilling altitude.
Yeah, you
and
can
then
put it.
getting
Yep,
over
you
there.
could just exactly. You can. I mean, you want to drop as much altitude as you can, as quickly as you can, to set yourself up for landing.
Right.
You just gotta judge it. The best thing to do is, if you plan on base jumping, if you're not going to get your own gear and you're going to rent gear, rent the gear early enough that you can put it into a skydive container and jump it and get used to how it flies, because it flies different, it flares different.
Sure.
Like on a normal
Well,
190,
they're huge canopies too.
Well, yeah, mine's a 285 OSB2. It's actually 265 light, but yeah, they're bigger, but they're also trimmed differently. They're
Hmm.
built differently. They're only 7 cells.
Okay. All right.
Most skydiving canopies are 9.
Yeah, Natalie's got 9.
Yeah. But yeah, you should probably skydive it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
before you jump it.
And would you, if you were to skydiving it, would you pro pack it or would you flat pack it?
Essentially, you can free pack it into your container without a D bag, but if you can fit, like I fit my 285 in my Mirage with a 250 D bag and a collapsible pilot chute, and I just pack it like a regular skydive. Except I always still set the tailgate, and I still do what's called a slider gate, which essentially holds the slider up for a little bit of extra time, so it softens.
The opening.
Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
But yeah, it still opens quick though.
Well, yeah. That, like watching those things open, there is no snivel. It's just boom.
My second one was real soft. I mean, the first jump was soft too, but the second was real soft. I don't know who packed that. If it's either Scotty or Julia, but I was like, oh man, it's the softest opening I've ever had.
So I recently had my reserve repacked in September, and I had the rigger just sort of inspect my main as well, and that was the softest opening. Man, that jump after he packed it, I don't know what he did that was different because like I packed the way he taught me to pack,
Yeah.
but it's like it wasn't even there. It just opened and then like there was nothing. It just
Yeah, man, I had
there's a canopy.
Yep, Cole packed one for me a couple weekends ago, and it opened up. And I was like, oh yeah, like, that's what's up, Cole. Hell yeah! Like it's opened so soft.
Dude, I couldn't believe it. Yeah.
But that's Cole. All he does is pack tandems, and, rigs all day. He gets a couple jumps in, but
Nothing but pillows, I think is what he
yeah,
says.
man. Yeah, it's definitely soft. He packed me a nice soft opening.
All right, brass tacks. All in, say with a first jump course, Airbnbs, renting gear, all of that. What's that weekend gonna run someone?
Let's see. So it depends on who you take your first jump course from, because you can do a first jump course before bridge day. Like, you can find someone to teach you a first jump course before bridge day.
Are you
you can
certified to do that? Like, can you do that?
Technically, I mean, technically I could. I mean, should I? I feel like I'm knowledgeable enough in entry level base that I could teach you how to exit properly, teach you how to pack properly, teach you the malfunctions, etc., to jump at bridge day.
All right, maybe that's something we'll have to talk
Yeah.
about.
So that just depends. Like if you're waiting to the last minute and you want to take a first jump course at bridge day, Thursday or Friday, I think it's somewhere around $500.
Oh, that's not too bad. I would have expected more.
Well, I mean, and then it's going to be the quickest packing class you've ever had.
Yeah,
in the
quality
quickest
might
route,
not be that good. Yeah, okay.
Not saying
yeah.
the quality isn't good. It's just depend how much you're gonna retain.
Plus,
right?
there's probably going to be, more people there than you would like because everyone's probably
Yeah.
trying to, yeah. And,
I know some courses had 2 different groups, like a group of 7 and a group of 6. So
Yeah.
there was 13 people total. So that just depends on when you take your first jump course. Rig usually runs you around 250 or so, depending on who you rent it from.
Can you hear that?
No.
Could you? No? Okay. Sounded like a freaking Bigfoot walking above me up there. All right, just making sure.
Yeah, and then
So you said a rig is going to be like 250 for
it's somewhere around $250 to rent.
That's like for the
Yeah.
day.
Yeah, yep. However many jumps you get on it, you get on it.
All right.
If you want a water rig, you'll have to find somebody that can rent you gear that they're okay with you landing in the water. So that's about $250. registration, $95. I got it. I chose to get an Airbnb. I think it was for 2 nights, like $300, something like that.
Okay.
But it was, yeah, depends on where you stay and when you book it.
Right.
So, I mean, let's break out the thing that the math teacher always hated. So you got
Sounds
first
like
jump
you were
course, you got your
right around
rig,
1250 or so.
you got that. Night 5. Yeah, it depends on like what you do to eat too. Like
Yeah.
B and I went to the grocery store and we got like hot sausage and drinks and stuff like that. And
Yeah, we always do that too. Anytime we go travel
Yeah.
somewhere, we always get a place with a kitchen, and we always go
Yeah,
to the
we
grocery store.
didn't really eat breakfast. We kind of just did a gas station breakfast. I think I got like a protein shake and a protein bar and stuff, and ate that for breakfast. And then I was busy enough all day that really
Didn't
all
care
I
about
needed
it
was
even.
nah,
Yeah.
not really not much now. Just something
Yeah,
to
no.
drink. And then I think when we were done, I could have got one more jump in. I could have got 3. I was packed and I was up top in time, but I didn't want to wait the extra hour just to jump. And I had quarter mile or 3/4 of a mile to walk still to get back to the truck.
Yeah.
Like my feet hurt already
Yeah.
from standing around all day. And I'm like, yeah, I was gonna go with Hillsy. He got one more, but I'm like,
That's
I'm
why
good,
you're
man.
that's why you're there though. You gotta sack up, dude.
Hey,
It's
man,
only
for
one
me,
day a year.
it's quality. It's over quality over quantity.
All right.
I accomplished what I set out to do this bridge day, so I was satisfied.
There you go. Good deal.
I could have really pushed it and got 4 jumps, maybe even 5. But, I also hung around at the bottom and waited for people to land and high-fived and talked about shit and, you know,
Well, that is what you do. You like to talk.
yeah.
You,
You
you're a
you can hang
talker.
out. Yeah,
You're a
you just kind of
social
hang.
guy.
Yeah, you just kind of hang out and talk about stuff. How'd your jump go? What'd you do? Et cetera, et cetera. Man, that was awesome. Whatever.
So how many people do they have packing down there? When we were talking to Jeff
I don't.
last week,
Yeah,
he said
yeah.
he was going to be
So
there packing.
yeah,
Do they just have people packing?
dude. I think him and Timmy may have been like one of 2 groups paid packing. I
Yeah.
don't think there was anybody else down there doing paid packing. Like
I
I
would
know,
I would expect there to be people.
yeah, I know there was Timmy was doing tandems, packing the tandems, and then doing some fun jumper ones in between. And I think Fluffy did fun jumper packs like all day. I mean, clean
Wow.
until like 2 o'clock, and then even at 2 o'clock, guys were coming down and they're like, "Hey, can you pack this?" And he's like, "You're not gonna have enough time to jump." And they're like, "Well, we're not gonna jump." He's like, "Dude, then you don't need to pack it." He's like, "I'm not gonna give you another object pack job. I'm gonna pack it for the bridge, for bridge day, this specific bridge. It's not gonna be neat and tidy. I'm gonna get it done in 30
Yeah.
minutes.
Right.
Send you on your way. It's gonna open. It's not gonna be horrible, but."
But it's not going to be good either.
Yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and pack your stuff for a building or something. He's like, you guys should
Right.
probably just take those home.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I
I don't know
actually
how many he did. I didn't ask him. He was still packing when I left.
I did that for the first time on Friday. I had waited around to get my second jump in, and I had a hard out. I had to be out driving home at 2 o'clock, and because I had to pick up my kid from school. They don't like it when you're late and they're at school, so like hard out. And that's why I did a hop and pop. We got in the air at 1:36, and I needed to be driving at 2. So I was like, I'm just getting out low. I just shoved it in the back of my car and ran. That's the first time I've ever done that. I don't
Nice.
I don't think I like doing it. I want all my stuff to be together and ready. Like,
What, when you leave?
yeah.
Oh, sometimes, yeah. Sometimes I just don't feel like packing. I'll bring it home and pack it, or I'll just put it in my gear bag. I'll
Yeah.
cascade the lines and put it in my gear bag and
Well, I
pack it
didn't
when
even
get there.
cascade the lines. I didn't think I had time to. I just really carefully put it in the back of my car and drove.
That's fine. As long
Yeah, I
as
mean it's fine.
you run a line check,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I've just I've just never done that before, and I've always said I will never do that. And then there I was. I was that guy. I did it.
There, you did it.
I did it.
You were that guy.
I was that guy. So, tandems. You mentioned tandems. Do they have a lot of people doing tandems?
I don't know how many they did, but yeah, there was a bunch.
Because like I was looking on their website, that shit was expensive
1750
for a tandem
a
base
tandem
jump.
base off the bridge. Yep.
Holy shit!
I would imagine some of that goes back into Bridge Day itself, or something with the foundation or organization, or like the governing body of it. I would
Yeah.
think.
Well, yeah, it'd be
I don't
strange
know
if
how
it
it
didn't.
works. I'd
I
be
don't know
lying
either.
if I told you I knew how it worked. I know it was expensive. My guess and assumption would be that there's a portion of that, a percentage that goes back to the people that, coordinate everything.
Yeah, it almost
Kind of like
makes
being a
you
vendor, right?
right.
Because there's vendors.
Okay,
There's
yeah.
yeah,
If you think
there's
about it
vendors
that
there.
way,
Yeah,
yeah,
there's vendors there that they sell merchandise, food, and they pay for their spot, whatever it is that,
right.
Bridge Day charges. And then anything they make over that's profit.
It almost
So,
it almost makes you wonder the why somebody would do that if they could go there for the whole weekend, say for $1,500, and jump a handful of times versus once for seventeen
well,
hundred bucks.
if you're just, to be honest, it's usually people that have never skydived, never went on a skydive either, or maybe somebody that's done a tandem. Right? It's not it's not an experienced skydiver that's doing that.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
I mean,
I
looking at it
guess
from our perspective, it's like, why would you pay that when I can rent gear and go do a first jump course for 5 days at the Prime for 1,500?
well, I guess even just at that price, you have to be a certain person who really just wants to base jump. You know what I
I
mean?
guess.
Because it's even just doing a tandem skydive is expensive. It's like 400
Yeah.
bucks or something.
Yeah.
But that's way more attainable than 1750. It just kind of blew my mind when I saw that. But that's
Yeah.
awesome that people were doing it.
Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, there was a bunch. I don't know how many, but there was quite a few tandems.
Cool. Very
That
cool.
was a good time.
So
Yeah.
this is the only one day a year that it's legal to jump off this bridge.
It's a new River Gorge Bridge. It is in a national park,
I didn't
technically,
realize it was
so it's base jumping is illegal at any national park right now,
yeah.
technically, which is bullshit if you ask me. It's it's like some loophole law that was made back, I don't know, in the early 1900s or 1950s or something.
Oh, parachuting mail or something.
Sky delivery.
Sky delivery. Yeah.
Air delivery is illegal.
Yes.
And they sort of, shoved that as the law, in national
Yeah.
parks. Base jump's illegal because you're not allowed to do air delivery. We're not doing air delivery.
Well, yeah.
Sport,
No.
sport
Yeah.
parachuting.
Yeah. I
Right.
guess not unless you consider, or maybe the law considers transporting a person the delivery.
No, it's
Like, I don't know.
it's there is a group of guys right now that are working on getting base jumping legal in national parks by permit. You have
Yeah.
to buy a permit. So
I think they were talking about that on the Exit Point podcast. Did you listen to
Yeah.
Exit Point? That was a
yeah, just
number of episodes ago, but I think they had those guys on talking about that.
yeah, yep, yeah. So you just have to buy, like anybody else that wants to hike up to the top or rock climb or whatever. You go buy a permit and you're good to go.
That'd be awesome.
So I don't know. Somebody back in the day got the idea in their heads that you guys are out of your minds, outlaws. I don't know. So
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
use that law to prosecute. So,
Yep. So how? Well, I guess we can't. We don't really need to get into the legality of it. 'Cause you probably don't know, and I don't know either. But
what,
I wonder if so. It's a national park. How can they exempt that law for like one day? Like, how can they say
Bridge
it's
Day?
not illegal today? You know?
I don't know how they do. I mean, I'm sure they have a governing body for, whatever national park it is, or the New River Gorge National Park. They're the board, governing body, whoever, put it to a vote. Like, yeah, we're gonna organize this, and this day of the year it's legal, and every other day of the year it is not.
That's where that 1750 goes. It goes back into that park fund.
Some of it could.
I bet it does.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
I don't know. There could be
why not?
there
Why
could be
not?
people that jump it other times. I have no idea.
There would have to. There'd have to be, right?
I don't know.
I'm sure people do it. I'm sure people do.
I don't know if they have. I don't know. I don't know if they probably got cameras up there or stuff. I have no idea.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm not a base jumper yet, so I don't know.
There's plenty of other stuff you can jump. You don't just need to jump the New River Gorge.
Yeah.
It's a good place to learn and dial in your gainers, though. If you're experienced.
Do you know of any objects up here in Erie that people base jump from,
Oh yeah, I'm sure there's plenty.
or
of
like
stuff.
up this way?
Yeah. Sure, there's some antennas. Could be some buildings. I don't know. I'd have to look.
I'm almost positive there are antennas.
Oh yeah.
I'm almost
sure.
positive that there would be some jumpable antennas. Mm-hmm. Buildings, probably not. We don't have that many tall buildings. But
Yeah.
definitely antennas.
Yeah. There's probably no. Yeah. There's gonna be no earth. There's no cliffs up there. There could
Not
be.
ones,
I
not
don't
ones
know.
that are high enough. I mean,
No.
all around the lake there are some cliffs, but I mean, then you're landing probably in the lake because it's
Yeah.
just straight down. Actually, half a mile away. Just I live very close to the lake. I could hike, and I'd say probably 250 feet straight down cliff to the lake.
Yeah. You could jump that.
Could you?
Have to you just land in the water. Have somebody pick you up.
I don't want to land.
There's a couple exit points out at the Prine and Twin Falls that you can jump that are lower, but you got to land in the river. Like somebody PCAs you.
Right.
Like there's just over 100 feet, 100 some feet. There's also a spot out there that you can go handheld. I don't know if you can free fall it or not, but
Yeah, well, maybe there are some spots around here then. I don't know.
There could
I don't
be,
even
I don't
know
know.
how to look it up. I'm sure there's a way though.
lots of Googling.
Lots of Googling.
Lots of Googling and talk to people.
My Google foo is not strong.
If there's base jumping
all-
up there, I'm sure there's somebody up there that's jumped it. You just have to find out who they are.
Yeah. So, I was looking at, I guess, like, weather predictions for this winter. Mm-hmm. And it seems like we are supposed to have an unseasonably warm winter.
Yeah, see, I saw somebody else I talked to said that, oh, we're going to have a bad winter this year. I'm like, you said that last year.
Well, unseasonably warm, but with lots of precipitation. It said it's going to be wet, but it's going to be warm.
Great.
So, well, I'm wondering if there might be, a handful of days in there where we can get to SPA and go jump.
I don't know.
We've
I don't
got
know
the
if they
okay.
jump up there at all.
We've got the okay. Austin said he'd
Who's
fly the
He
206,
said he'd fly.
and Corey said
Cool.
as long as it's just regulars,
Is it
Good to
hanging
go.
up there? Is it hanging at Mercer?
it's going to be this winter, yeah.
Then that would work. Get some jumping up.
Yeah, man.
Up there.
I think that would
Nice.
be pretty sweet.
Hey, dude, any jumping where you don't have to fly 2 or 3 hours to get somewhere warm is nice.
Yeah. Well, even at Waynesburg last year wasn't bad.
Nah, man, there was a couple days it was real nice.
Yeah. It was
Beginning of February.
once or twice it was a little windy.
Yeah, it was a little
Other than
chilly.
that,
It was a little cold, but like
it was
once you
fine.
jumped and you landed, by
Yeah,
the time
it
the
was
sun
fine.
came up and you warmed up and you were in the hangar, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah. So hopefully we can get that organized for this winter. At least
Yeah.
2-3 times, just to stay current.
Yeah, shit, I'll jump, dude.
I know you will. That's why I'm talking to you about it.
Yeah, but yeah, Bridge Day was a good day, a good time, man.
How many people would you say like attended in
I
total?
don't remember what they said, but they got close to 800 jumps off the bridge.
Wow.
Yeah, it was 700 and some jumps. I think it was close to 800. I don't remember. Maybe it was 300 and some people that registered. Maybe. Nobody got carted out in an ambulance.
That's good.
Yeah.
And
It
so that
was
that $100 registration, jump as many times as you want with that.
as many times as you
Nice.
can get. Yep.
Well,
Yep.
yeah, yeah, as many as you can get.
You can get 3 with one rig. If you jump, hurry up and back, get back up in line.
Yeah.
This year was busier than it normally is. Like the first year I went, like once the first group of people got off, like once the first timers go, and then the first group of jumpers after that go off, like the line kind of dies down, right? So you're not up there as long. But this year it was super busy. Like I think it was just because the weather was so nice.
Yeah.
People were getting packed up quick, or people had 2 rigs, so they were up back in line waiting, and the line was like about an hour and a half, I think. Hour and a
Ready to
half.
go.
Yeah. So, but I got 2 in. I rented a rig so I could get extra jumps, but it's what
Ish
it
didn't
is.
really need it, huh?
Nope, I didn't really need it, but
Yeah. Did you jump it anyways just because
I
'cause you
jumped it.
rented it?
Yeah, I jumped it. Yeah, I jumped it. My second jump.
I'm gonna make this money worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, it $250 jump, I guess you can call it. Yeah, I had a plan, but like I said, and it turned into being casual, and I was satisfied with what I got.
Right on.
Yeah, it was a good
That's
time.
good. That's
Yeah.
good. And that's part of what makes, I think, skydiving or base jumping fun is like the community and the camaraderie, like, you know, half the time when we end up at the drop zone, you end up bullshitting more than like I go and I want to like jump and pack, jump and pack, jump and pack, as quick as I can. But you always end up talking to somebody and, just hanging out.
He's always like, I'll be like, I'm going to be leaving at this time. She's like, yeah, right. It's like, no, you're not. Like, I'll be ready to leave, and then I'll start talking to people and then get into a conversation. And then 45 minutes later, I'm like, all right, guys. An hour later, I'm like, okay, I'm leaving now.
Time to go. Yeah.
I'm really leaving now.
I'm in a slightly different situation because usually I have to pick up my kids from somewhere. So like,
Yeah.
usually like when I'm there and I gotta leave, I gotta leave. But
Yeah. There's been
yeah,
a few times where I drove up and did one jump during like a day off I had, but I had to pick my kid up from school,
yeah,
It's just the way it was. So
yeah. I got you.
sometimes, but yeah, it was a good party too afterwards. They had free beer for jumpers. We had 2 kegs of beer.
Nice.
They had music. And then they had karaoke, but we left before
Yeah.
we left. Like everybody was leaving, the music was off.
I could imagine
And
that would
like
be
there's some
interesting.
people leaving before us, and I had a few drinks. So I mean, B drove. She was sober. I was like, "You are driving, not
As
me."
one does.
Yeah, and like I was like, "Well, I'm ready to go." Like everybody else is kind of getting ready to go, and as we were leaving, like the music came back on, and there was a bunch of people congregating outside. So we kind of BS with some people for a little bit, and then left, and then saw some Instagram posts where people were there a little bit later than we were doing karaoke and dancing. I'm like, damn, man. But it was a good time. I mean, we still sat around for a few hours just BSing with the boys and girls about
Good.
the day and
Cool.
this and that. It was a good time.
Hey, I hate to do this. You got to give me 5 minutes.
Okay,
I'll be right back.
cool.
Don't do anything to the recording. I'll just be right back.
Oh, I'm going to fuck this whole thing up. Get
No,
ready.
I'm talking about like stopping it or anything. Don't do
I'm
anything.
going to stop it right now.
Bug off.
Let's watch this. Here, we'll watch this. Well, Brian is gone. Maybe it was Code Brown. Maybe Brian had a Code Brown. Code Brown. Code Brown. Let's see if I can share this. Select tab to share. Oh, this is what I want to do. Oh, no, window. This. There we go. Yeah. Hopefully it works. Second one, if you're still with us. I don't know if we're going to edit this out, but that's the second jump I did. It's fun. What we were talking about is usually there's a shore right here where you can land, but the river was too high. So right here, if you can't see it, that's where the actual landing zone is, the LZ. This part right here is kind of all uphill. The flat part where I land this time is where it's dark. You kind of fly into the woods. It really feels unnatural and weird, but that is the smoothest place to land. But obviously the safest place to land is in the water. Yeah, that's the LZ there. So not very big. And that's where they put the target for the accuracy competition. And Brad got second place. So that was cool. He was real close. I landed just on the other side of it on my first jump. Whoops. Let's see if we get the first one. There were people on the target. There it is. There goes Travis. Flat and scary. And a nice one, flat and scary jump. Woo! And this here was my first gainer ever. And I kind of didn't think about it.
First one ever?
Yeah, that was the first one I ever did. And I kind of just Forrest Gumped it, to be honest. I mean, I knew what I was going to do and how I was going to exit. But, like, the guy said go, and I was just like, okay. Like, if Forrest Gump he goes, Forrest run, and he goes, okay. And he starts running with the football. That's just kind of how I felt, because the guy's like, okay, it's yours. I'm like, okay. It just went. But I just showed the second jump. But right here this is the LZ.
Yeah, I see it, yeah.
Yeah. Like I could have probably got closer, but these guys, I don't want to land on these guys.
That's much smoother than the first time you showed video. Or shared your screen.
Because I upgraded the video card in this thing.
Oh, all right. So you kept yourself busy while I almost shit my pants.
I just told everybody, baby, it was Code Brown. Ryan had a Code Brown.
It is Code Brown. I haven't been feeling too great today. So like, I was trying to get through the hour. I was like, it's not happening. It's not happening. I gotta go. I gotta go like right now.
Well, I kept everybody sort of entertained if they're watching the video anyway.
All right.
Yeah, we got that
right.
showed everybody where the LZ was and sort of where you wanted to land.
All right. I was just gonna edit those couple minutes out, but I guess I don't need to now.
Whatever. Wait, is this which one's this? Oh, that's the first one. I was gonna show you the LZ. Actually, you saw the video, right?
Yeah, you sent them to me.
Yeah.
So it turns out I know the people who got first and second place for accuracy. Second was Brandon.
Yeah.
And first was
which Brandon?
Azarath.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And
there's
first
a couple
one
Brandons that are at the DZ.
Was Tom Enyon or something? He's over at Cleveland. Mm-hmm. He jumps over at Cleveland. I don't know who got third though.
I don't know. I don't remember. Everybody was like, "Dude, Brad got second place."
Dude,
because he jumped the scissor lift right after me. It was either second or the second after. It was the jump or two after me. Like after I landed on my first jump, he landed. And boom, right on the target. I'm like, whoa, nice. Yeah. So he got second place.
And that must have been a really, really close first and second because it looked. I mean, he was.
I don't know how they judge it. They have 3 people standing there. Like they have 3 people watching, and you have to stand it up. Like you can't come smashing in to get accuracy. Like no step.
Dude, he was like right on it.
Yeah, I mean, he just boop, no step, middle. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
They, I don't know if they videoed some of the landings and kind of were like, all right, these 2 are the closest, or these 5 are the closest. Let's watch the video. I don't know how they did it, but somehow they judged it. And
Right on.
Brad, sorry. Fuck do I keep saying Brandon? Jesus. Brad got second place.
Oh, that's because I said Brandon.
Yeah. Was it
It's
Brandon?
Brad? I thought it was Brandon.
I
Whatever.
don't know, man.
Anyways, congratulations, and I'm really sorry that
Yeah.
I forgot your name.
No, it was Brandon. No, it's Brandon.
Okay, that's what I thought.
But it's a good time, man. A good time all around.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to going next year. For sure.
Yeah.
It will happen.
It's worth it. Even if you just do it once.
The seeds have been planted. I already told the wife I'm going to go base jumping. She was like, okay, we'll make it happen.
Sweet.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so I don't know if I'll be up this weekend or not. It just depends on what the weather does.
All right.
I have Maya for 2 weekends in a row
Oh, okay.
because she was
Yeah.
just with her mom for 2 weekends in a row, and then I'll
So-
be gone. I'll be gone for 3 of those weekends in December. We headed to Brazil, so
That's going to
Kinda.
be awesome.
yeah, it'll be fun. I can't wait, man. Doing Bridge Day got me super pumped up to get to Brazil.
We're going to have to bank some episodes for when you're gone.
Yeah, yeah,
That way we can not leave people in a lurch.
yeah. I don't think. Yeah, I think we could probably get a couple episodes in. But that was the gist of Bridge Day, though. I mean, nothing. There was nothing scary, nothing crazy.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, I mean, I watched a couple people like pitch on their like they were sitting, like it hit a gainer, and like went to go for a second gainer, and then stopped where they were to sit, and like were swimming with their legs, and they pitched. There's a couple wonky deployments from the Rostapalt.
Well, sure.
But-
I mean, that thing
Yeah.
looks a little insane. I'm sure, once you're off of it, you're probably tumbling around a little bit.
Oh, yeah. You mean you have to somewhat control how you go off. I mean, it's going to throw you. It's going to throw you forward.
Right.
But like you have some sort of control of how you exit the Rostapalt, right? Of how many flips you're going to do if you go off backwards or you're sitting forwards. You're going to do one flip, front flip, 2 front flips. You can easily get 2, 3. There's a couple people that
thing
did.
looked awesome.
Yeah, I'll probably do it next year
Yeah.
because it looks fun. Yeah.
Is there like a experience level required for that, or can anybody do it?
If you haven't done any type of aerials, they suggest that you don't do it.
And so an aerial would be like,
A gainer,
gainer.
or a flip, or like a rollover, or
gotcha.
just an unpacked jump, or a tart over,
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah, some sort of experience with being upside down or doing a flip is recommendable before you get on it.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
And
So
well, hopefully I see you this weekend.
Cool.
If not, that'll be all right.
Yeah,
I
man.
don't even know which day I'm going to be
I
there.
wish I had
Probably
more. I
Friday.
wish I had more footage of Bridge Day, but like, I was so excited just to throw my first gainer. It's tough too because like you're kind of when you're first in line, you're kind of all congregated with your buddies, right?
Right.
Like we're all like sort of in this same area, right? We kind of walk back and forth a little bit, talk to each other, look over the edge, and watch people jump, and you don't always get to like. I had Travis's exit where he jumped off before me, but once he gets past the platform, like that's
That's all you got.
it. That's all I got. So, but I'm sure if we all compiled our video footage together, there'd be some cool stuff. We could put something together. But it was cool, man.
Right on,
Everybody that I know of did not get injured, so successful.
First year. First time for everything. Good deal.
Yeah.
Good deal. All right, man.
Sweet. Shout out to our sponsors. We don't have any yet.
We don't have that yet. But if you guys are enjoying the podcast, you can follow us on all the socials. We're starting to build those up, trying to get the video portion out, like on Facebook and YouTube.
YouTube.
We have Instagram and X, Beer Podcast 24. So check us out on those platforms, and then especially on Facebook, because I'm going to start like maybe soliciting questions or running running polls from people just to
Put some clips on there.
get some
stuff like
information from
that.
people. Yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah, because we just bullshit about whatever all day, But
We could.
we want to talk about stuff people want to know about, too.
Yeah. Yeah. So make sure you're following us on all that stuff so you can be a part of the show.
Yay.
All right, man. Blue
All right, man.
skies.
Blue skies, everybody. Have a good one.